Okay, video 2, because I recently had to, not, put up the other video. Eek. Okay, I'm like half on Skype too. Alright, I have promised to make a video, at least randomly, about my obsession and my muse's obsession with dwarves. I think it all started once The Hobbit came out and you got more immersed into dwarven culture, and the fanfics definitely started getting more immersed in dwarf culture. And so, without further ado, Mairon and Ratha's obsession with dwarves. It did start with the Hobbit movie, because, in Lord of the Rings, you didn't really go much into dwarven culture, and from what I can remember in the actual books, it didn't really go into it that well. And I guess I remember in The Hobbit, I slightly remember it, but I haven't read it in so long, I guess I don't remember. But, as you can see, my muse absolutely adores dwarves. He loves them to death. He loves Philly and Killy. He loves Thorn. He definitely loves Durin. Undying Leader definitely knows that one. Poor guy. But I guess in my personal headcanons, it stems from basically his valor, creating the dwarves as his own children, and some people on Tumblr views as, Mairon/Sauron as one of Alway's children. And I guess, yeah, I can see that as true. Even though it's not my headcanon, I can definitely really go with that. But I kind of put a little more romantic spin on that whole relationship. But, yeah, it's how my personal muse saw it. He watched him create the dwarves, and how Eru, I think that's the correct way to say it, how he said that Alway should destroy them, and he couldn't destroy them even because they were fighting for their lives, the 7 dwarf fathers, and then Eru actually adopts them to become his personal children as well. So I put in a personal muse, headcanon muse, for that he helps watches over him, and he was with another roleplay kind of thing I did with Durin, the Deathless, Undying Leader, is he went to oversee the building of Moria when it was during that whole process. And, kind of falls in love with Durin because he had watched him before. I think Mairon's a little biased, though. He loves the Durin line so much. So, not surprised. Back in the day, he and Durin kind of ran together a little bit. Yeah, we know how all that goes, at least because Undying Leader had to post all of our Skype roleplay. Oh, don't you love sex headcanons? It was fun. It was funny. Everybody, even Golden Green Leaf was actually like, what? I want to read this. Okay, I'm rambling. I don't have, anything to, look at, so this is all from my head. But, anyways, so, that's one of the explanations for his obsession and why he chooses Philly, Killian, and Thorin to look after half the time during other role plays, and why he likes them so much, is because they came from the line he's always favored and watched over, which was Durin the Deathless. So, yeah, that explains that. Why Mun really likes it, because the one thing I really truly like about dwarven culture is their artwork. I love their, I like the symmetry that basically they have in the knotworks. and their clothing, and good lord, I love their crowns. Half the time I see Bilbo dressed up in like dwarvish royalty. Yeah, it works on him. So I personally just like how they have their world set up and all of their, their art and everything is just so beautiful to me. And I guess it reminds me a lot of, Nordic style. The, Nordic style knots and how their halls are set up. If they're, they're not underground, but, you get the feel of that. And I personally actually like their language. Their language is interesting, and I'm going to try to learn it. I saw, some websites and stuff to actually learn and start speaking a bit of their language, even though it's incomplete from what I can gather. Not like the different types of Elvish you can learn from Tolkien's work. But, oh well. It'll help me with my fan fiction, because most of the time, most of my fan fiction tends to lean towards dwarves. Anyway, I think the only other fanfic from Tolkien I have not written about dwarves is A Taste of Fire, that's about Mairon and Melchior. You know my pronunciations with this stuff. So if I'm pronouncing it wrong, I'm sorry. Anyways, so yeah, that's personally why I tend to roleplay with dwarves over a lot of others. And I'm sorry, I don't mean to, trust me. If I am, smack me in the face. Golden Greenleaf and First Prince Elendil, I love you. Trust me, I do. And Tolkis, my valor, my love. I love him very deeply, so trust me. And my Alway, I love Lauren Craft, I love you very much too. So trust me, I'm only slightly biased in a way. Though if you could see right here, guess what I got? I got one of those beads. Oh, and you can see my chin. So I got the website, and I got it in English, and it went pretty smoothly. It lasted about maybe a week and a half of sending, because, they'd rather have payment now, and, it sends immediately after you pay for it. So trust me, in the morning after I sent the payment through PayPal, it was said it was shipped, so that's one of my dwarvish stuff I've worn. I've worn this all day yesterday and all day today. And also I got this. Well, first, this is the catalog that I got. It's troll beads. And not only that, they got actually some really pretty stuff. Let me try to find the glass beads. Look at that. That was gorgeous. Don't you think? Now look at that bracelet. That's just pretty. I like these. And I also have this, which has, let me get it to the beads. All the beads there. Everybody has seen them online and freaked out. Gimli Locked, I think is what the username asked, to get Thorin's bead for her, him, her, whatever. I'm sorry, cosplay. And they got other stuff like their rings. Oh my god, I have to show you Philly and Killy's ring, because that's the coolest rings ever. There's Philly, and Killy's is right here, which I like Killy's a lot. I mean, Philly's is cool, but I think I'm a Killy girl when it comes to that. The design is flawless. Okay, and also I have this, and you've all seen pictures. He's really bunny. I think that's why it works well when I have a Killy necklace and a Philly bunny. I love him. I have to have the pair. So I have an awesome little Philly bunny, which you can go on Etsy. They spell it out for some reason. But you can go there and you can get your own little custom little dwarf bunny. Or Bilbo. Or Thorin Wolf. Or, yeah, and a Bilbo cat. Or whatever. This woman on there is amazing. And I will try to put the website on the description or under this. Because you must get some of this. This was $19. $90 plus like $3 with shipping. Look at that. That is huge. You can get bigger ones for $25 that are bigger than this. Trust me, this person is amazing. And she writes fan fiction too. She actually watches me, and she apparently saw my Murmur's dance for Bilbo and Thorin. So yeah, if you guys want to read some of my fan fiction for, you know, my dwarfism, for my dwarfism stuff, and, you know, all that, I have a completed work of, I have a completed work of a fanfic called Murmur's Dance, which apparently everybody likes. But that's more about Hobbit culture, but I tied a little bit of some Dwarven culture in there. I am currently working on Kingdom Come, which is a Filbo, which is Billy and Bilbo together. And some people like that. Braid of the King, the Lullaby series, which is only 2 chapters, and it's heart-wrenching, apparently, to everybody. I got a bunch of, at least I got a pretty good amount. Right now, also, I'm working on Prince of Eagles, which is a Princess Mononoke take on Thorin and Bilbo. It's pretty cool. At least I think so. I don't know what others think. So, this is my dwarf video. Hope you had fun watching it. Say bye-bye to Philly.